Minion in. What's up, everybody? Big news today, and I'm not going to do anything fancy. Let's just talk about the enhancement system update sneak peek that Bandai Namco has just posted on their website. There'll be a link to this in the description below. But I figured let's read this for the first time, go through it together. I have thoughts, but let's just start with a list and work our way through. There we are. Let's work through the info together. Okay, first off, the list gives you 3 major objectives that these changes are supposed to achieve, and that's all meant to make enhancement less frustrating for us, which is nice. The intent is obviously coming from a good place, so let's keep going. The 3 major points are reducing the starseed cost of the Master Enhancement Artisan, increasing the ability to enhance items through rewards. Items through rewards, dude, that's what I've been preaching. Implementing a new system to prevent long streaks of failure at the Common Enhancement Artisan. So no more failure streaks. You get a guaranteed, I mean, it sounds like you're going to get a guaranteed success after, you know, a maximum amount of failures. Well, only the Common Enhancer. That's interesting. All right. Introducing a new item which can be used to increase the success rate of enhancement. Yes, thank you. Something we can do proactively to increase our success rates. So the Master Enhancer will be cheaper. That's really good to hear. A failure streak breaker, awesome. Only on the Common Enhancer, that's curious, but I get it. Master Enhancer should have high risk because he won't break your stuff. And an item that can be used to increase your success rate, that is awesome. I was just talking about the enhancement grind with my buddy Pierre the other night, and he had the idea that you should be able to spend star seeds or items to raise your success rate. I thought that idea was awesome, and it looks like the devs were thinking something very similar. So, the unlicensed enhancer is being removed from the game completely. I have to say I like the unlicensed guy way in the beginning when he had the highest success rate, but also the highest risk. When they nerfed him to have the same success rate as all the other enhancers, but didn't reduce the risk, it made him pretty much pointless. So I guess the only choices were to move backwards and make him like he used to be, or move forward and remove him. Forward is better, I guess. So they do hint that he might be back in the future in some form or another, but for now, it's adios. Let's scroll down a little bit here. There we go. Okay, this is a big one. Master Enhancer will no longer accept fortification stones. This is going to be a game changer. For good or bad, I don't know yet, so let's keep looking. Instead of fortification stones, she's going to take weapon and armor sigils, and those drop from dungeons and crusades and other forms of endgame content. That could be anything from northern regionals to new activities that the update will introduce to Timeless Jungle and Zenkala. My only worry here is that these sigils will come only from chests, which would mean your chance to get one might be slim. It might be behind a gate. You know, you only have so many keys a day, and the ones dropping from crusades, it makes a big difference if they're going to drop from crusade bosses or if there is a chance to get one in the chest at the end. So potentially these things could still be very rare and hard to get a hold of. Hold on to your butts, guys, because these things are going to be super expensive on the market for a while. And additionally, it looks like sigils will exist in 3 tiers, A, B, and C. So if you're trying to upgrade A gear, you're going to need an A sigil. That's what it sounds like to me anyway. What I think is weird about this is that there will be C sigils. Who's upgrading C gear past green? And who's running endgame content and upgrading C gear at all? Maybe this will be like an item that you can pass down to your alts. It seems weird though, right? Starseed cost of the Master Enhancer is being reduced by 70%. That is a massive reduction. It's a bold move, Cotton. Let's see how it works out for him. I bet this is meant to fix the common complaint that I've been hearing that people are logging in daily for Starseed exchanges only, making it feel more like an idle mobile game. This will encourage us to play more actively, and making Starseeds less crucial is bound to have an effect on the market and some people's ability to manipulate the market. We shall see. Another new item will be the Ember of Paetion, the Ember of Patient. I don't know. Let's just call it the Ember. Okay, it's gonna be a very rare drop. I'll have to ask how to pronounce that. And using it will increase the success rate of your next fortification at either of the enhancer types. Remember, there's only 2 enhancers now. I like the idea of running content to grind items that raise your success rate. That way you're directly responsible for your own progress, and that's what we've all been shouting about. But if they're going to be super rare, it's likely that we're going just right back to doing daily seed exchanges to save up to buy embers on the player market before we enhance. Maybe not. Maybe this is a lateral move, but we'll see how it turns out. Here's another game changer, and I love it. The common enhancer gets a failure streak breaker. Every time you fail an enhancement with him, your success rate goes up, potentially all the way up to 100. So after a few fails, you're guaranteed a success, and that's major. Now, it's only the common enhancer getting these, and that could be potentially upsetting because some of you don't use the common enhancer once your armor hits blue. I'll get back to you on that. But I like it because this keeps you from getting guaranteed successes just by pouring star seeds into the master enhancer, because there are people who have just a massive hoard of star seeds that they can just pour into an alt. And if there's a guarantee of success, that's just going to make it easier for them, not necessarily for us. You know what I mean? It would make the game more pay to win. So I'm glad that there's still a chance of failure if you're using star seeds. Hey, if you click this card, you can see my video on how to get gold easy, and that might help you when you're reacquainting yourself with the common enhancer. And here's a pro tip for you guys that are worried about this. Once you hit legendary, especially if you're wearing A gear, you shouldn't be using the master enhancer anyway, because the common enhancer with repair items is so much cheaper in the long run. A lot of endgamers I know, of going from legendary to mythic and upgrading their mythic, are using the common enhancer to get the +4 and then switching to master for +5 in the tier upgrade. I suggest you guys all adopt this method, especially with these upcoming changes. Okay, here is my take on all of this. I was really worried that the devs were going to take an imbalanced system and completely overshoot in the opposite direction in an attempt to balance it and just unbalance it again the other way, and make enhancement way too easy. And I'm very happy to say that it's still going to be hard to get mythic gear, and it should be, and I hope that never changes. The new system lets us be more proactive in advancement. From the looks of it, it's not going to be a waiting game anymore. And with the new guild activities coming up, we'll really have an incentive to play more and in groups, which is how it should be. It's an MMO, after all. I myself am looking forward to this new system with a healthy skepticism. I'm sure that's how the devs are looking at it too. Because honestly, you guys, most of the time, balancing an active multiplayer game is a lot of taking stabs in the dark and hoping you hit a target. You have to make educated guesses. There's no guarantee you'll get it right the first time. So it's cool that we've all been patient, waiting for Saurin Deception. And if it doesn't work out the way we want, I think it'll still be a step in the right direction, and this will give the devs a chance to see what further optimizations are necessary or can be made. I want to make sure to clarify that point. The very best the devs can do with this situation is implement what they estimate to be the best possible solution, then see how that solution actually works in practice, and then make adjustments. So when they implement these and it's not exactly what we wanted, please don't go flying off the handle. Give respectful and objective feedback, and NeoWiz is going to do their very best to tweak this new system until it develops into the fix we all actually need. Try to think of this update as a platform from which they're going to build all the good shit. This is a starting point of the solution. It's not going to be the final solution. How many of you have played an MMO in the past where there's been a major update and not been immediate fixes after? Expect that to happen. It's going to. They're going to see how this works in practice and then do some tweaking. Remember, we're all a community together, devs and players alike. This is a learning process for all of us. I think they're making an excellent attempt at these fixes, and let's hope we as players don't find a way to break it. Wink, wink. Go be freaking heroes. Minion out.